What's up, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stand-Up, Sit Down. I'm your host, Nick Perdue, and today I have the hilarious comedian CP. Stay tuned.
You are now tuned in to Black Hollywood Live. Stand up, sit down. Bless up.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
All you self-promoters are janky. We established like the Yankees. This whole game thankless. We moving militant,
What up, man?
but somehow you
So,
don't want
that's
to
How are you?
No
That's how I'm
limit to
feeling
what
right now,
I can
man.
take.
It's just,
And you know me as a Chris
can't
Bosh,
nobody
check
hold
the
me.
grade.
Okay, my bad, man.
But here's the thing. I've just heard this song like right now.
For real?
He starts off saying all you self-promoters are janky, but as a comic, you gotta do a little self-promotion.
And you gotta be janky. Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. Shit.
Right.
He's just a genius, man, because we are janky.
I'm like, come on,
You know what I'm
Jake.
saying? Booking info in your bio, bruh.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody booked you. Ain't nobody booking you, but I'm gonna just sit.
Listen, you know.
Oh, what is it? I thought this was cold water. This tastes like it used to be tea.
It's hot.
You gotta be some retired tea.
It's hot out here. But welcome.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm excellent. Hold on, man. People texting me Happy Father's Day, man.
See, you know we are live right now, though.
Okay, cool. What's up, live people? How y'all doing? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Granny texts one letter at a time. 18 words. I'm still proud of you, and I feel like everybody is rooting for you and praying and primary, and you know, and you got to decipher it too, because ain't nothing spelled right. Bless her heart. How
But
smart are they?
Here's the thing: the fact that she's texted is already a feat in its own.
But see, here go the thing though. We saw her how to voice text.
Oh, okay.
So then she started speaking in tongues. Her phone just shut down. I just want to say, you know, first of all, blessings are covering you. You know what I'm saying? Blessings are covering your whole spirit. You be like, Grandma, Siri don't know that.
Right. That's funny. So as you finish your text,
It's done.
okay.
It's done. It's done. And also told her, Grandma, leave me alone.
Yeah, at
You know
least
what I'm saying?
for
Just like,
for
chill
the
on me.
next 30 minutes, and then she can like voice FaceTime you.
But she's so on my jock.
But she's your biggest fan.
I know. It's like,
That's good.
what do? You got to sign the autographs. You got to sign the birthday cards. What you got to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, those are the fans. You know, those are the,
Yeah.
you know.
Because she remembers
we
when
do
you
it
was
for.
in diapers.
She does. She
You know?
does. And she loved me then. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
feel me? And I was such a drunk. I was just, I was drinking. I mean, I had my hand on the bottle at all times. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it got to the point where it was like, you know, they would tell me like, we cutting you off. You know, we're
You have
cutting
a
you off.
problem.
You know, and I would cry. I was, you know, I was a wreck. You know what I'm saying? I was a wreck. You know, they had a little AA spinoff of my preschool ways. We used to just, you know, and wow, you know.
And look at you now.
Man.
You've come a long way from the Similac.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, just them big packs of white powder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, you know, and it's just like, you know, and we was getting them in every week. You know what I'm saying? We was getting them in every week. You know, big packs, large packs of white powder just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was so demanding. I need more. You know, it's all over my face. It was crazy. Anyway, let's just continue.
So life in Detroit.
Life in Detroit.
Growing up.
Yeah.
Aside from the milk addiction.
Right.
What was childhood like?
Childhood was great, man. You know, what's funny is that I heard a bar on a rap song. It was like Chance the Rapper, and he was saying like, I guess he grew up on a street called 79th, and he said that was America then, and that was like a great way to put like upbringing. It's like, yeah, you know, it was America. I had no idea that I was in one of the most dangerous cities in the world. I had no idea that, you know, people were scared to come there. And it was, you know, it's where I rode my bike. It's where the ice cream truck came, you know. So I guess, you know, like it was fun. You know, I had a great childhood, you know.
So like growing up, were you the class clown? Were you the bully? Were you the popular kid? Like
I was a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like always the smartest kid in the class, period. Like as far as like kids, like you know, boys. The girls were just smart because they were aliens, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as far as for a little boy, I was very, very smart in all of my classes. So
nice.
I found a way to be funny, and you know, the teachers thought I was funny, and it was a good, you know, spot for me. And then there was times when I was a bully. You know, kids, we have our own world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your parents drop you off, and you be like, all right, Mom, bye, I love you. And you be like, fuck, bitch, hoe. You start saying cuss words because it's like, I'm a grown ass man. This is fourth grade. I'm in the bitch by myself. So, you know, there's a social order in that. You know, I was a leader, and that's what I like to call it. You know, I was a leader. You know, like
But I mean, but did you ever like rob kids for their lunch money?
Oh, no.
So
But
you weren't like that type of bully.
But look, I'm gonna tell you a story. In 4th grade, I was the president of the conflict managers, right?
Okay.
It was our job to stop fights, right? So because it was too many fights going on in the school, which I'm thinking about, like, damn, it was kind of like fucked up, like lean on me a little bit growing up in Detroit. But you know, like I didn't realize it. So it was too many fights, and too many kids were getting suspended, and then kids would fight to get suspended. Cause like you send a 9-year-old home, it's like, nigga, I'm about to watch Price is Right with my grandma, and then I'm playing Nintendo all fucking day.
Right.
And so it was like, nah, we want the kids to mediate. So I was the president, and so I had 2 people who, and it's so simple to bribe kids. They was like, you know, I was like, I need a vice president and another person. They're like, cool, who do you want? I picked the 2 biggest niggas. And I was like, cool, so y'all get to come out of class with me. And then they became my bodyguards. Now, all kids wanted was a reason to be out of class.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, at that young age, I understood that, cool, I need protection from these guys. So I'm out here going to stop fights, and I have something for them. I got free out of class time. Yeah. Sure, I fucked up their lives, I'm sure, because they needed class. Because they needed that school. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, more importantly, I was becoming a henchman. I was becoming like a damn near, I was becoming a boss. Yeah. You know, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Survival of the fittest. Shit. They could have said no.
So
anyway,
now
they was my bodyguards, you know, because niggas was getting flexed back then.
Jeez.
Sue-flexed on gravel, fam. It was serious. Fuck your forehead. Jeez. You know what I'm saying? Sue-flex. I was like, oh, no. Oh, heavens, no. I was like, your main rule is, number 1, make sure nobody punches me anywhere in my head. Number 2, make sure that I'm never suplexed. And I was dead serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sickly and shit. Like, I was a little nigga. Like, yeah, but these niggas didn't suplex me.
So like, what was the craziest fight that you had to break up?
Just like a lot of suplexing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, come on, y'all. Or like 2 people are going at it, and I got to sit each one down and be like, what happened? You know, and I was kind of like the good cop. Some of the kids I ain't like, I would turn into like New York Undercover, or them niggas like, you talk to me first, and then, you know, maybe we can work something out.
Right.
I need names, man, because they telling me it's you. Right. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I get their ass rolled up like, I walk out of the meeting, teachers be like, what'd you find out? I'd be like, he did it, and it's also some weed in his locker. Yeah, fuck that nigga. Anyway, you know, I was 9. You know, that's too much power for a 9-year-old.
Yeah, so you was just narking on kids just the whole time.
Hey, I was cleaning the school out for niggas who were a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave me too much power, and I was like, yeah, fuck this. I got something for these niggas.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's how I go down in the DM.
Yeah.
Detroit Metro. You know what I'm saying?
Where did stand-up comedy come into all of this? Like, what introduced you?
It's crazy, because like my mom used to always tell me, like, man, you so funny. And I used to be like, man, whatever. I always thought like, everybody said they funny. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, you know, I'm smart. I got to do, you know, I got to be a lawyer, or I got to be an engineer. That's just what I thought. I'm like, man, I'm in DAPSET, which is like Detroit area engineering, some shit. I'm old now. You know what I'm saying? It's over. I made it through. But shout out to DAPSET. But you know, I was like building robots in high school. I was on robotics. I was on the debate team. But it was like, you know, my mom she was like, yo, you're funny as fuck. Like, you know, and my teachers would be like, yo, like, you know, he has great grades, but he's hilarious. Yeah. You know, just like, you know, my time and the way I thought about stuff. And I was watching Richard Pryor earlier. I never had one of those parents who was like, don't watch that, don't listen to that. So
that's good.
Def Comedy Jam. I'm talking about like Dave Chappelle, old shit, like when he was coming up with how white people start calling us niggas. It was this bit that he did about, and they were like tossing names around, like, why don't we call them wieners? I don't even think he remembers that. But as a kid, it was like, damn, like he's going into act outs, he's doing callbacks. It's like, okay, you know, like, I understand that structure. I don't know how I understand it, but I understand it, and it's always been like a thing. You know, it's like, you know, I've always been flirting with it, and for some reason it's always been around me, you know. And it's like, you know, my mom would come home, you know, probably drunk from like comedy clubs in Detroit, and she would like wake me up, which is probably a bad idea because I had to go to school in the morning. But she would wake me up and be like, oh, these comedians were so funny. This one guy said this and that. So I knew some of the Detroit comedians' jokes before I was even an adult. And then when I became an adult and started doing comedy with them, they were saying the same shit.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, you know, shout out to Detroit comedians, but I'm saying a couple of them I knew, like legends. I'm like, nigga, my mom used to tell me you said that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I mean, if it worked, you know, they just keep it in the arsenal.
Yeah, I mean,
Keep the crowds laughing.
I guess, man. I guess.
So what was your first show like?
It was amazing. So what happened was I was working in advertising. I used to be a copywriter / executive producer. Started in the mailroom, damn near for an advertising agency called Global Hue in Detroit. Which they're in Detroit, New York, LA. They do like Chrysler, Jeep, Walmart. Like they're one of the bigger multicultural advertising agencies. So like when you see like this isn't one of theirs, but when you see like black McDonald's commercials, those come from a specific agency that is direct marketing with the same budgets and tools that the general markets are, but you have these special agencies that go right at Hispanics and right at blacks. Now what that taught me was two things. Number one is that nothing that we did came without research. So it's like if I wanted a message to hit, then I had to make sure that message was relevant to that like core audience. So for me, you know, I started to see like certain trends. Like, you know, I would just know stuff like, 47% of African American and Hispanic households are living with the grandma in the house. So, you know, when we're doing our messaging, hit on that because it's a large percentage of that. So I'm like, wait a minute, the messaging for that's across the board. So I could do a joke about that and it should hit if I travel. And it should hit and so I started just paying attention to these different trends. One day I was leaving work and, you know, I had a brand new Charger, had an apartment downtown, high rise over the river. Like I had a career, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was selling spots at this point. And, I'm driving home and I hear this comedian named Foolish on the radio. He's like, hey, we going at the Boss Life tonight on 7 Mile. Now one of my homies had just had a baby and it was very emotional. He's my frat brother. And it was emotional because it was like, damn dog, like this is my road dog. And now you gotta be grown, my nigga. And it's like, fuck, what is life about? You know what I'm saying? I'm just working and I'm like, and he like, man, you know, it was three of us, and my boy Sean, my boy Tommy, and me. Tommy started this clothing line called Detroit versus Everybody. Oh, okay. And then Sean is an executive in that company, which I would have been executive too, but I had went my comedy path. But we did this later on. But it was that day that Sean had his son that we was like, yo, we got to do bigger and better shit than just working for somebody's check. And you know, so I promised him, like, dog, you know, I'm gonna do comedy. I'm gonna try it. Well, I heard Foolish say that, and on the radio, I looked up and I was driving past the exit that was for the thing. So I come up, you know, my car was, it was a Hemi, 2008, very fast, it was 2008, but it was 07 when this happened. No, I'm sorry. It was, yeah. I'm sorry, no, it was
basically you were stunting.
I was killing them, my man. I was killing them.
That's basically, he just wants, you know, to make sure that you recognize.
I felt like Money Maker Mitch, man. Like, you know, this car comes out next year. You know what I'm saying? But here I am with it. Right. You know, am I a future traveler? Who knows? So I come up and I go to the lounge. I got my suit on. I'm just coming from work. I'm like, you know, I want to be a comedian. I used to host events in college. I think I can handle the crowd. We used to have like, I went to Michigan State, so it was like, you know, 1,500 people at an event that I would host, you know, and hold that crowd. So I'm like, I think I can do comedy where it's just, you know, but it's just direct jokes. And so she was like, I like you, you know, I had on a suit, you know, she's like, I ain't saw a nigga in a suit in 4 years, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, you know, I want you to come back. So I came back with like 7 of my frat brothers. So it was a pretty rough neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? We they had guns and everything, like we did. We did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my homies did, you know. Cause they, you know, just, you know, we were all pretty successful, so we didn't want to come down to the salons like that, you know, not for nothing, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Just in case is what you're
Just
saying.
in case, you know what I'm saying. Niggas had careers, you know, so everybody was strapped up. It was crazy. And so
at the comedy club though.
At the comedy club, yeah, because you know, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah.
Like
know?
It's
because
such a crazy
now you're
way
talking about how I was growing up in the D. Now you're talking about I'm a grown man in the D. Yeah. That's two different things. By the time I was this age, I knew exactly what the fuck I was getting myself into. Every time I walked outside, it was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like then it got real. But as a kid it wasn't. So I'm rambling. Anyway, I get on the mic. Foolish is like, give it up a TP. He fucked my name up. My name is CP. So I get on the mic. I roast him, which he's like a legend in the D. And people had never seen me roast because they weren't familiar with me. It's my first time. And I blazed his ass with something clever. Foolish kind of looks like Bun B a little bit. So I made a play on that. Like, man, I didn't even know Bun B liked Detroit because he works on the radio. That's his famous things on the radio. So the play was that people don't even know your face because you work on the radio. So I thought you were Bun B this whole time. I've seen you at the auto show and everything. And everybody laughing because it was a deep way to put it. Like, nigga, basically, you know, don't ever fucking play me. You know what I'm saying? So,
what did he say after?
Oh, because I got a standing ovation. Standing ovation from the whole club. Not just my friend. First time standing ovation. Now that was like heroin to me.
Yeah.
Because it was something that I knew that I was called to do early on, and I had been fighting it for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like you know, it's weird. Like, that's why I don't like judge like homosexuals and all of that shit, because I know what it's like to live your life based on what somebody else thinks you should do. And then to finally, like, I mean, I was free. Like, I knew that night, me and my frat brothers, we went partying. And I'm like, nigga, you know, why you partying? Because I didn't find no success until damn near 10 years later, but I knew that I could do it and that I would be able to sustain myself in it. And it was like, for me, it was like, nigga, I'm not just the funny dude in the office no more. I'm not just the funny dude in class no more. I am a comedian because I just got into the arena.
Right.
So, you know, Foolish was like, oh man, you so good. And you sure this your first time? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, come back next week and we're gonna do the same thing again, because people like that story. He's the first time. So I came back the next week, but this time I had fans. So now people were sitting there like, you the guy, because I did this joke about pothole pussy, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, there's a lot of potholes in Detroit. Everybody like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, some of them is in your bitch's drawers. So, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, what? And I was like, yeah, because, you know, just, you know, and it was like a crazy joke about, you know, I was hitting this chick and then I fell in and he chipped my tooth because it was, you know, and so they were just dying laughing. Anyway, so I come up and the security guard is like, my man, pothole pussy. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I get to the bar, the lady's like, hey, pothole pussy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So then this dude was like, hey man, I'm buy you a drink. Now anybody who knows CP knows that I don't drink. Like, not like, but I'm not a square though, so I'll drink if, like, you know, if you just had a baby or some shit, we drink some champagne, some shit like that. But it's like, you know, I'm a smoker and I turn up like that. I'm more cerebral, so I don't do nothing that's gonna take my mental away. That's like one of my tools. You know what I'm saying? That's like asking Goku to go hang out, but he gotta have his handcuffs tied. It's like, nigga, no. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I'm, you know, I love my brain. Right. So I got drunk and I bombed that night and I forgot all my jokes.
What? So you literally went from standing ovation to the next week.
Bomb. So like, I had only done stand up twice, and I understood the two polar opposites of what the game was about. Yeah. And it was like, ooh, that shit felt horrible, because now it wasn't just my frat brothers. My mom and some of her friends came because it was like I killed. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
we gotta see him now.
My mom and her friends and people, and it was just like, oh.
What? Okay, but was it quiet? Like, it was no laughter at all? Or?
I just couldn't. I understand now how to catch a rhythm, but I was like, you know, I just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, my biggest thing was roasting back then. I was so good at roasting because the way I would roast somebody would be completely different than how they've ever been roasted. So it's this big fat ass nigga in the crowd, and I'm like, yeah. Well, look at this nigga over here looking like three niggas hugging, and then this nigga just so happens to be a comedian. He's going up next. He's like, wait a minute, nigga. You don't talk about me. And in front of my mom, he called me all kind of shit, from gay to, the nigga said, look at you skinny, you got AIDS, bitch. like my mom was like mortified. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like, nigga, what the fuck? She was like, Chris, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. I'm like, man, go home and I'm gonna go kill myself and I'll see you tomorrow. You know, it's like, dog, like, it was
so you learned very quickly on that you needed to have like some sort of structure, and you needed to have a rhythm, and you needed to have jokes that you would remember and not drink prior to going on stage.
Actually, it was 2009 and my car was a 09 because I got it in 08. That's what it was. I just had to clear that up. I was still stoned, but it was that year. But the point is, I've been in comedy for 7 years, and I can count on my hands still, like on my fingers, without repeating hands, how many times that I've bombed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think that to come in and I didn't start warm, I started hot, and I didn't go warm, I went cold. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it was like bam, bam. And I feel like, okay, bet. It was almost like winning a fight and losing a fight. It's like, okay, well, shit, I'm going to be fighting forever, so I better learn, what did I do to win? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's my strengths? And I just had to play to that. I just didn't quit. You know? But, of course, it's easier for me to say that having got a standing O my first time than for somebody to
come in and do
mediocre, and do okay, right? And then people have to deal with that because it's like it's no lesson in that. You can still argue that. If you do okay, how you perceive it can be dangerous because it could be like, oh man, I hated it. Then that's cool. You need to work. But if you feel like, oh, they was laughing, that was good, right? It's like, bro, you don't want to go down that slope and be one of them niggas who like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody looked at me like that was terrible. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't have it. I go on American Idol thinking I can sing. You know what I'm saying? And be one of them niggas. Ooh, baby love. Randy be like, that's enough for me. I'd be like, Paula.
William Hung still had a career after that.
Right, but he had a swag though. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't singing, he was doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was on tour and everything.
Yeah, she bang. Oh baby, when she move, yeah. Little, I was about to call him.
So how do you handle hecklers? Because you do roast people, so I feel like people want to try and roast you back.
Yeah, I love it.
So how do you handle it?
I love it because it's like the best hooper in your neighborhood don't want to see LeBron.
Right.
And LeBron in the right situation would love the chance to dunk on any of us. And you have to know that. Like, bro, I am a lion, I am a gorilla. Right. It's like you come to see me and I'm at the zoo and I'm doing my show, I'm playing with the ball and all of that. But if you fall in this bitch, then we have a whole nother issue. Like, I will kill you. Like, that's what I am designed for. So it doesn't matter. You could be, it's like I will roast you for being too handsome. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I will roast you for having your outfit too tight. Right. You come in with a gray suit on, like, nigga, this nigga just came from a gray pride parade. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you feel me? It's like, it does not matter.
Right.
Like, I will go to every, because what I understand is that it's 360 degree of everything. So it's always, 360 is the number. That's the circle.
Right.
So it's always 360 things I can say about you. Always. You're focusing on my shoes and I'm short and I got a gap and it don't matter, bro. I'm gonna 8 Mile you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like because the way that I approach it is never has never been said before. You know what I'm saying? Ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember this, this nigga was trying to roast me and I was like, he was fat. And he's like, what you gonna do? Roast me about being fat? Oh. And I'm like, shh. Y'all hear that? I'm like, that's his chair. Oh my God, somebody get this chair some water. Sir, how long have you been sitting right there? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody laughing. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and it's like, dog, like, it's like, help. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dog, your chair wants you to go to the bathroom, man. Right. So the cushion could flip back up for a second. You feel me? It's like, dog, because there is never nothing that I cannot say, especially with the mic. Yeah. I remember this one heckler almost he could have destroyed my career because what happened was I was at a show with Brandon T. Jackson had went on stage, right? And Brandon, it wasn't his kind of room. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in like a nice little hood area, and they love Brandon. Brandon's a movie star in Detroit, but we was hardcore in it that night. Right. And so he come off stage and it's my turn to go on stage and the crowd is kind of dull. And so I'm like, man, I come off stage, then walk through the crowd like, man, what's up with y'all, man? Y'all mean as hell tonight. And some lady was like, get your little ass back on that stage. Right? Fucking hilarious. Because I'm not tall and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I was off stage. I was in a little arena. You know what I'm saying? Right. You feel me? So I'm like, who said that? And so everybody's laughing. And she stood up. She's like a little lady, looked like Kim from the Parkers, but like old, you know what I'm saying? Like Kim from the Parkers body, but like Frankie from Keisha Cole mama. Like that was like her old swag. And I was like, you talking shit? Man, sit your little deep battery built ass, you know what I'm saying? Man, so I'm walking back to the stage, everybody laughing. I turn around and her son and her have chased me to the stage. So I'm walking up on stage, I turn around, they at the foot of the stage. So I get down right to the fucking eye level of her, and I'm like, you are not beautiful. Right? And then her son just took the mic out of my hand. I I would have socked me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like when I felt the wind of his hand, I was like, am I knocked out? Am I not? This is it? Am I knocked out? But he is so strong that the mic ripped out of my hand. It was like he ripped off the tablecloth and all that shit stayed there. And my hand was still like this. You feel me? I'm like, damn, nigga, that was, you know. And security came and took him out of here. And he had braids. And security threw the mic back to me. So I caught the mic and was like, yeah, motherfucker. And the crowd was like, ah, because it was like we were all scared. You know what I'm saying? But I kept the show going. You know, and it's. You know, so yeah, I love hecklers. Anyway, just to say that I love them. I love them to death. You know, because you can't compete. You know.
Well, yeah.
Don't fall in this cage, pimp.
But have you ever been threatened with like a fight?
Oh yeah, my man said he's gonna kill me when I got outside. He said, "I'm killing you when you get outside." Yeah, yeah.
Were you ever afraid to like leave the club?
I have got walked to my car. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I had to get a pistol. You know, I had to get a gun because in Detroit, we got open carry, so you can just carry your shit, you know.
Right.
Or you can get a CCW and hide it, you know, whatever.
Right.
But that's a carry concealed weapon for people who are not from Michigan or whatever. But I had that brand new car. People was following me home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bro, people would be jealous. I don't know if it was other comedians sending stuff my way or what, but it's like, you got to understand that I was rising fast. Right. Whoever you thought was the next comedian that was coming out, he wasn't. Whoever you thought was about to run the D, who had the D, he didn't. It was like overnight. It was like, oh, this the new nigga right here.
That's crazy.
And I had shit like, you know, I never did the same set even to right now. I always alter it. So a joke is never done until it's on TV. Right. However it comes out on TV. Right. But like, jokes take 4 and 5 years for me to develop them. So it's like I'm always like working on my next set while I'm working on this set, and I'll sprinkle some in, but it's like it's never a lapse. Like they could not keep up because, you know, my background was education. My background wasn't the streets like that.
Right.
So it was like, you know, what I am doing is I am creating content based on observation, not based on what other comedians are talking about and trying to remix it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's two different things. So yeah, bro, like it became a problem at some points. You know, I remember this fat lady, I told her she like a little league football huddle. She had on a jean jacket. I'm like, nigga, them buttons and snaps have never met each other. They on Adult Friend Finder like, I had a snap. I haven't seen him since the store. You know what I'm saying?
That is terrible. How, like, what is your joke writing process like?
Topics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to reveal too much, but I trust myself. You know, I trust my funny, so I just got topics. Yeah. And then I talk about those topics on any given night, and anything will come out of those topics. I know my parameters. It's like talking to your grandma. You instinctively know not to cuss when you're talking to your grandma. So if I need to not say something, I'm programmed already for that. But yeah, my jokes is just, people are buying tickets to see me. They're not really, the material is the material, and they love the material, and it's my kind of material. But right. You know, if I went and wrote my shit the way anybody else writes their shit, I wouldn't be me.
So like, do you like physically write jokes?
No, I just like I just physically write like something. I'll be like black chairs with the back to it on purpose, because if somebody finds my joke book or my phone or some shit like that, I don't want them to be able to decipher. Like I'm so fucking crazy and fucking manic that I think about shit like that now. So I'm like, nah. I remember Drake said he lost his BlackBerry with all his rhymes in it. I could write jokes like in a code, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to worry about that. But because I do that, the way I write is just very shorthand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 3-prong plug. Yeah. You know, like back in the hood, like you couldn't find one of them bitches in your house, and you had to get that little gray piece. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I remember having to make decisions like, do I take the gray piece off the microwave, or do I not play PlayStation today? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know. Right. So it's just like observations, and then I would, you know, build from that, and whatever comes that day, it's like, so that's why people couldn't get a beat on me. That's why I kind of progressed so fast, because it was like, I can't get a handle on, you know, the set you saw. Anybody smart is going to come see you 3 times before they want to spend money on you, like booking you. 3 times, 3 different sets. Yeah. Three standing O's. It's like, what the fuck? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, you know, I'm not playing. You know, and it's like, you know, I'm not distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck these bitches, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the liquor, I smoke. You know what I'm saying? Fuck going out. I watch the game at the crib. I play 82 game seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you feel me? Like, I'm untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear shit, but where the money at, where the stage at, where the fucking cameras at. That's it. It's like, you know.
So now, but how do you know when a joke? Because you said like once a joke is on television, then it's done. So how do you know when a joke is TV ready?
Oh, when I say it on TV?
No,
all my shit is golden to me. But you know, given the situation and how I feel in that situation, I just did All Def Digital 2 weeks ago for my HBO audition, ripped it. But I didn't do any of my famous stuff because they had their cameras on.
Right.
So I went a completely different way, just in case. I don't know how shit goes. Sometimes they like, oh, we own those jokes. And I'm not saying they would do that, but I'm just saying like, you know, I have other avenues to go to. Like, okay, they filming me. You know, I don't want them to get sick of what I really want to do. So let me throw some, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I can do that because my material is very, very vast. Very vast. Like, you know, is, you know, like, I have a very, you know, I talked to Jamie Foxx and he was telling me like, you know, I send him some of my videos. Like when I come off stage and somebody video from me, I send it to Jamie. He'll be honest with me. And he's just like, yo, like he said, bro, we watch your shit like it's on Netflix. Wow. Like you send us videos and we watch your shit like it's on Netflix. Like, bro, like, you know, we recently wrote a movie together, me, him, and one of my partners, Chip. And, you know, it's like, man, you know, like, I'm coming, and I'm coming fast because I'm not going to get snagged up on nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm coming straight down the fucking pipeline. Like, I'm cocked and loaded. It's like, bye. It ain't like I'm coming down the bowling lane. I'm coming out a fucking damn pistol. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, and I don't want to be affiliated neither. You know what I'm saying? Like I do got friends in the industry, but I don't want to be affiliated with any, you know, I don't want to come up under.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
create your own lane.
Yeah, I've had plenty of opportunities to come up under, or, oh man, so and so want to put you in something. Or come over here with it's like, nah, bruh. Cause it's like, if Drake could have had the opportunity from what he knows now to just go straight OVO and not even do Cash Money. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
he would have taken that.
He would have taken that. And we don't know. It's like, but what I try to do is I try to be like, all right, 20 years from now, CP, talk to me. I meditate. Like, nigga, what do I need to know? Yeah. What am I going to regret? What am I looking at? I try to study, you know, my dad and his boys. And what am I going to regret? Oh, okay, you wish you stayed with your baby mama, huh? All right, I'm going to stay with your baby mama. I'm going to marry mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's like, oh, you wish, you know, you would have stayed in school. Why? Oh, okay, I'm going to do that. Oh, it's like, because it's like, I just want to be great. Right. Like, fuck the comfortability, because it's so easy to be comfortable. Yeah. You just got to lay down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be great. So it's like, what did you do that made you not great? Well, that's fucked up. Cool. Yeah, okay. I got you. Because it's like, that's like the main focus. So having that kind of focus is like, oh, okay, I'm already ahead of the curve if I see that nobody else has this. Right. It's like, oh, okay, bet, cool. I'll just continue to do what I'm doing, stay in my own little lane, my little turtle. Nobody's over here. I'm just chugging along. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. You got that girl pregnant? Should have been fucking. You know what I'm saying? Should have been fucking. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's how I go.
What is the definition of the CP style? Like what?
The CP style it's a roller coaster. Okay. What it means is that you don't know where I'm going with these jokes, and you're scared. You like, nigga, is his seatbelt on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's the haunted house. It's the, you know, it's the demon drop. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I built these beautiful stories, and then I destroyed them with a punchline. You know what I'm saying? Okay, for example, CP style. All right. I'm a comedian, right? I travel. When I come home, I want shit a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You know, my lady got to keep the house clean. Food, you know, whatever, right? This past time, I go home and I'm eating my food and I see a roach walk by my living room, right? Right. Roaches run a 4-3, first of all. So if this motherfucker is walking, very arrogant, very arrogant. Right? I'm like, all right, I ain't even go chase fam because he's rested. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to chase him. No, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get sprayed, okay? Right. I'm a married man, but I got eyes. I can look. Guess what? I'm at Walmart. Nothing but bad bitches is in Walmart. I'm like, oh. I'm not getting no goddamn roach spray. Because it's not my roach. This is her roach. This is her goddamn roach. Right? Yeah. So I get spider spray. Because I figure if you can kill a roach, kill a spider, the fucking roach, because spiders are stronger than roaches by far.
Are they, though?
I mean, you know, like they're bigger. They got that fat ass on them. I don't know what they do, but they not.
But roaches can survive a nuclear holocaust though.
Spiders can too. Spiders eat roaches.
Do they?
Yeah, a spider will fuck a roach up. I started to just get her a spider, but I'm like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get to the crib with the spider spray, and I see the roach, same roach walking around. He on the phone now. This nigga walking around like cool as hell. I walk up to this nigga, and I got him in the corner. I got my feet slewed. I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna spray you and me. I get the spray down. I shake the spray up. This nigga said, hold on one second. He looking at me. He put his phone down in his last arm. It was handing the phone down like bam, bam, bam. He said, fam. I'm like, shut up. He said, wait. I'm like, man, what you got to tell me? This nigga said, your girl be having niggas over here when you out of town.
So you can't kill him now.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, what? I call her and they're like, baby, get your ass in here. She come in there and says, close the road, bitch. This is an argument. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, tell her what you just told me. He gonna look at her all confused and angry. He gonna say, I ain't telling starting no shit, man. I'm like, no. Fuck that. So then he tells you, like, I told you have niggas over here. She's like, bullshit, da-da-da. She sprayed a nigga with the spider spray. He was like, tiny screams, really tiny screams. And then he stopped. And he was like, bitch, this is spider spray. So I ended up sitting the nigga down. He broke it all down. He was like, so I gave him a Cheez-It for his troubles. You know what I'm saying? I asked him, did he want a cereal? He's like, man, no, give me one of them Cheez-Its. I'm like, cool. I sat him at the table. He was like, so the other day y'all was on FaceTime, right? Bitch talking about she sleepy. That bitch ain't go to sleep, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get rid of that bitch and kept that roach. You know what I'm saying? I need me nigga on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now that is the CP style. It's like you walk away like, was that real? What? It couldn't have been real, but what the fuck? Like I'm going down a path where it's like, what is this joke about?
Right.
And then it's like, bam, sharp left. Like, wait, what?
Right.
It's like, bam, sharp right. It's like, and it's like, that's my style is a ride. Stories with small comedic puns and punchlines along the way because the story is long. So you'll get a good laugh 3/4 of the way in. You'll get a good laugh, half the way in. And then it's like roar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I say your girl be having niggas over here when you out of town, that immediately clicks like, oh, this roach is trying to save his life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he's and it's like, is this something that's never been done before?
Yeah.
Never been thought of, and it's like that's where I live at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When the moon got that crescent, I'm in that dark spot. Everybody else is like, it's light over here. I'm in over there like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's that's the CP style.
Is there anything that is off limits to you?
No, but it's things that are off limits to people. So I think that being a sensitive person, I stay away from. I don't want to hurt people with the comedy. I don't want people to come to the punchline and be like, right, but that was still fucked up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and I would never apologize neither.
You wouldn't apologize.
I would never apologize for a joke. I feel like, it's my artistic expression, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I'm an artist, and I just can't apologize. You're here to see me because
which is good.
I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up person, and that's why you're here to see me because
you are here to enjoy me, and if you don't enjoy this little snippet, then
CP means crazy person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
So let's talk television.
Okay.
Right? You were Lil Prince on literally TV's biggest show over the past 15 years.
Yeah.
Fox's Empire.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was that like?
It was cool to be a part of history. I think that first season, they set records with that first season. They haven't set any since. Yeah. That first season.
Right.
But they set records.
They set records so crazy that first season that not a lot of shows are gonna come close to that.
They set records so high. This is what I was gonna say. I wasn't trying to hate on them. They set records so high that a drop in their ratings, another show would die to have those ratings that they dropped too.
Yeah.
You understand? So it was an amazing experience. But I felt like I had to go. I had to leave. Like, you know, it wasn't a thing where I was asked to leave. You know, like the first season was up, and I had already sold my cartoon. I couldn't tell them. I didn't want to tell them that I sold Brightmoor to FX with P Diddy. I was like, I'm gonna keep that under my hat because I don't want them to treat me different. Like, it's kind of like a nice little environment right now. But I was getting bored with not being able to be funny. What you have in your presence is one of the funniest comedians up and coming right now that really, and I'm doing it the way nobody else has done. Right. So it's like, imagine I'm sitting there on set and I'm looking at Lee Daniels, who was like so hard to work for in a good way because he put the pressure on. He say shit like, stop acting. I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, right. Higher, lower, stronger, bigger, smaller. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, nah. You be up like, you know what I'm saying? But imagine sitting there staring at this dude knowing that, not staring at him, well, but looking at this dude knowing that he's directing Pryor. You know? And it's like, dog, like, I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but they don't want to hear that though. Right. And it's not the kind of environment where you can go up to somebody and be like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? It's not that. And it's like, dog, I'm dying because it's like, I had to move to Chicago to do that. So here I am. I'm a radio personality in Detroit. I am the #1 stand-up in Detroit. I got the award for it. Like, you know, it was a citywide vote thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I am leaving all of this to go be somebody's sidekick. Yeah. And it just, I couldn't do it. You know, it was time for me to redo my SAG, and I just let it go. I was like, they were like, are you going to redo your SAG? I'm like, probably not. And it was like, what? Yeah. This is Empire. I'm like, yeah. You know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, blessings to you all. But I am destined to be huge, and I cannot be huge with my best friend from TV pissing on the floor. I don't want to be known as the nigga who picked him up off the floor when Lucius punched him, or smoking weed in his apartment, or doing coke with Beretti. No, my nigga. Like, I am CP. And it's like, to me, it was a distraction. It was like one of those pitfalls that the devil throw at you while you on your path. It's like, you can have this. And it's like, fuck that. Yeah. Fuck that. Because I know what was promised to me from God. Yeah. Or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it, fam. Right.
Like, this is nice.
This is very nice.
But this isn't.
This is very nice. But this ain't, you know, this not where I want to be at, man. It's like, I can't do enough. Right. You know, not knocking her, but the comic relief was the girl who plays Portia. Oh, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, I'm looking at her and she's like, yeah, you know, I'm just like, I am the motherfucking man. I am killing stages all over the country. People, I mean, I'm sitting I'm on the weekend, they go off and I'm sitting in offices with Diddy and Russell on the weekend. And coming back being like, hey, I'm the sidekick's back. Right. It's like, fuck this. I can't do it. Yeah. And it's like, you know, much love to them. You know what I'm saying? Yaz, and he really the person I was spent the most time with because we had to be like best friends in the show. Cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Jesse, cool dude. You know what I'm saying? All of those people. Taraji, I made her laugh one time. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Howard yelled at me one time on set. So, you know, I'm waiting on the time where I can be like, fuck that nigga. But for right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think he knew who the fuck he was talking to. He apologized the next day, but it's like, nah, nigga, it's too late. I'm a comedian. This will get discussed. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will catch you at a later date, my nigga, but this will be discussed. I'll be hosting some award show, and I'm going to look right at your ass and be like, remember me? Fuck that. You know, it is what it is, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Let's as we wrap up, let's talk about what you got coming up. So we have the D with TBS.
We just shot the pilot for that. It's
Tell
amazing.
us about that really quickly.
Coming of age story, just a whole new way to put it. The tonality, of course, it's shot in Detroit. Nice. But the tonality is The Wire means Everybody Hates Chris. I think 2 shows I missed. It's like, fuck that. And Sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it also has my puppet character, Reggie Bo, which is the personification of weed, as my friend who helps me to kind of get through life on like the most, like, just, what's the word? Just like on the most, like, on a crazy level. Like, it's not just smoking, but it's about the conversations that we have and the advice that I get from him who is weed. So that's that. Nice. And then we got Brightmoor, which... that's
on FX?
Yeah, that was on FX, but we are actually I think we have another offer from another network. I can't say what other network it is, but yeah, it's just a cartoon. They kind of coined it the Black South Park.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a little different from Boondocks in that, you know, this crew of kids is not as informed, but what we see is the world from an uninformed view of the innocence of kids. But these are small ghetto kids. Nice. And then I got a new show on MTV that we about to shoot the pilot for called History of Rap with myself and Charlamagne. Nice. And you know, then I got the Bud Billiken show, which is myself and the White as a white character. The joke I just told you about the Roach is a show. Myself and my Roach best friend. I got a show called To Hell with Heaven, which is like I know the title sounds crazy, but it's about a man who has the perfect life because he has God in his life, and God misses him so much that he makes him die so that he can come to heaven. But the guy gets to heaven and realizes that, number one, he had the perfect life. Number two, God is having a problem with membership because nobody really wants to go to heaven because they're not doing nothing they need to do to get there. And so he gets put in the head of his he gets put as the head of like recruitment, guardian angelship, and he goes out trying to help people to get into heaven because it's boring for him.
Wow. Well, you know, if you need anyone to help you out, my services are for hire.
Oh, dope.
You got all this stuff going. I'm sitting here counting.
Bro.
I'm like, all right.
That's 5 shows.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Thank you, man.
One thing that I like to do, because we have, you know, a lot of young folks watching, a lot of people who want to try stand-up. What is the biggest piece of advice that you can give someone who wants to try stand-up or who's like you kind of on the fence about it?
Give them your brand, whatever it is. If you notice, like a lot of stand-up, some of them have puppets, some of them have guitars, some of them have, you know, there's always a different way to do it. Like, you know, no two things in the world are the same. You have something to offer that nobody else has. I'm trying to make it quick. And you have a unique brand. You know, like your fingerprint is a representation of you being a unique being on the planet. There's never been another fingerprint like yours. There will never be another one. So you need to understand that you need to attack it with that mindset. Fuck how somebody else did it. Do it your way. Your way, because you can never be nobody else, period. You can't be them. The things that they would say, the things that they would do that they didn't say, you still can't do those things because you're not them. So it's like there's no space to be another Eddie Murphy. There's no space for that. He's still alive. I find that offensive. He's right there. You can't be the next him, nigga. It's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what he would say. That's what I would say if I was him. But you can't be the first you, though. And that's so exciting to see the first one. And we lose that in trying to be what everybody else was. You can be the first you. And that's the first. Look at Steph Curry. He's the first Steph Curry. Ain't no comparison. That is amazing. So be that, man. Find me on everywhere. Comedian CP. Exactly.
What shows do you have coming up? Where can people find you live? Or see you live?
I'll be in Hollywood for the next 3 weeks, so you might see me
pop up.
Chocolate Sunday, you might see me. Mo Better Mondays, you might see me. ADD Wednesday, you might see me. Crack 'em Up Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those are spots that I frequent. You know, to get myself ready for the next whatever big show that I might be doing.
Perfect. And so online, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
Twitter, Vine. Snapchat, everything is Comedian CP, one word, just Comedian CP.
Perfect.
Bruh.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you. I'm about to go watch this game.
Yeah.
Peace out, everybody.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, you can find me all over the internet at the Nick Perdue. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.